My name is T.L. Martin, and as we prepare for the release of my upcoming holiday rom-com, Nutmeg and Mistletoe, I'm going to be taking you on a journey where I'm introducing you to me and my characters and the world that I'm building in Cinnamon Grove using my stories. So it's only natural that we get started in this series talking about how I got started with storytelling. And because I'm Black, it always starts, in a Black household. I don't know about you, but when I was growing up in my household, we could not say the word lie. It was always you telling stories, you storyteller. And so as I grew up, I lied when I was a kid. I have brothers, okay? They mess with me all the time. So yes, I tortured them. I lied. With that though, I feel like them continuously calling me storyteller was almost prophetic because I am so good at telling stories and I love it so much. It's like such a big passion of mine. When I was 10 years old, I won my first writing competition, and it was a Halloween writing competition, and even that had plot twists, and that was why I won, is because even at the end of the story there was a plot twist. I was 10 years old, and that is how I won the competition. So I have been writing ever since, but I think as life happens, as different things happen that come on us as we grow up, we forget what we loved as when we were children. We forget what drove us. We forget what lit our fire. And I didn't pick up my pen to start writing fiction again until, honestly, it started with the writing of our book Covered. So me and my husband have two books that we've co-written together, and the second one that we did was for couples. It was called Covered, and it was a really sweet makeup of how we did that. Is because I am a storyteller, every chapter begins with an anecdotal story from our marriage. And then all of the instructional areas of the book come from my husband. And so we would literally be in the bed. I would be done with the piece, like writing the storytelling aspect of it. And then I would like switch and give him the laptop, and he would take it over and start writing the instructional. And we'd literally be in the bed side by side writing together. It was super dope. I actually kind of miss that. But that's where I got the bug to get back into fiction storytelling again. And so in my mind, I tricked myself into believing that I'm going to write my unmasked fiction podcast, and I'm going to use that as a really expensive marketing tool for my coaching business. What ended up happening was I fell in love with my characters and I fell in love with the story so much that coaching and relationship Q&A and all this stuff that we were doing began to take a backseat because the stories started to really keep me awake at night and I couldn't stop. And then the audience started asking for more. Like there were 15 to 20 minute episodes that we did, and the audience started asking for longer episodes. First of all, those episodes was $3,000 to produce each. So no, you can't get longer episodes. But then also on the other side of that though, it was just, there's only so much you can put in a podcast episode. Even on TV, there's only so much you can put in there. And so that's honestly how I got the bug to just start moving quickly into creating the romance novels for those characters. I wanted to do more. I wanted you to know them more, and I wanted to know them more. So I honestly abandoned trying to use Unmasked as a marketing tool. And by season two, you'll see that I stopped marketing our services in Unmasked, because by season two, it was just like, it was its own thing. And I wanted to make it its own thing from there. So after that, though, when you guys started asking about the characters and their backstories, that's when I started writing the Unmasked podcast series for a romance perspective. So that's where it all started. That's how I got my start in writing as a kid. And now that I'm in my 40s, I'm back to where I started when I was 10 years old.